Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. Oh, wait, wrong holiday. Merry Christmas. It's the pre-Christmas episode of Guys of a Certain Age. If I did my math right, this should drop like 3 days before Christmas or 4 days or something like that.
Okay.
Robbie Koblentz.
Art Shirley.
Jay Reed.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I mean, like...
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
And a bottle of rum.
And I'm pointing to people. That makes no sense.
Art, we still don't have cameras.
Why not? Why don't we have cameras?
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Public, I have.
Nobody wants to see us.
Okay.
I should have wore a blue check shirt today.
Mine's not blue, but okay.
Well, it's navy.
not?
Black and gray.
Is it really?
It is.
It looks blue in this light, and I know I'm colorblind.
Well, yeah, there's
but
a lot
usually
of...
it would be the other way
a
around.
lot of light things going around here.
Or not, as the case may be, because we're like mushrooms. We do this in the dark full of... Never mind. Sorry, Mrs. Reed.
In this case, we're feeding you. Never mind.
It's kind of the way it goes. How's Christmas in your domiciles? You guys, have you done all your shopping?
Shoot, no,
Nope.
I haven't done. And I've got things that are not coming in. Not being delivered. I think I may have ordered something from some fake company because my credit card's been compromised, and so now I'm waiting for a new credit card, which is taking a long time.
Wow,
so, it's crazy.
Jay, he found out. His tumbler is on the way.
That's it.
The tumbler.
The tumbler. So, actually, your Christmas presents are out for delivery today.
Oh, it wasn't in the bag.
I decided to do something different because I think the things that are in the bag are more valuable on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got you.
Just-
y'all's are probably,
Compromised. So,
They're on the way from China.
That's exactly what's going on.
actually, what's funny is I ordered a really cool looking satchel off of Facebook, and this guy's like, "I've decided to go out of business. I've done this for years." All AI generated content.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm just going to try it and see what happens. And it came in today, and
Yeah, mine was an Instagram link to it. I'm like, why did I do that?
because
I bought my mother something last year from an Instagram link because it was... I think I may have told you it was 30. It was significantly cheaper than the catalog version, which is like 158 pieces of Tiffany glass, and this came and it looked just like it, but it was one piece of Chinese plastic.
Yeah. Objects in rear view mirror may not be. Are you can't hear?
I can't hear. I feel like I'm muffled in my own voice is muffled. Now I'm gone at all.
Are you? Which one are you?
I can hear you fine.
Are you this one? Are you
I think it's like that's better. That's better. Yeah.
Okay.
That's much better.
There you go.
Okay.
Sorry. Maybe Santa will bring
Friday
you
the
That's
headphones.
too much, actually.
It's Friday the 13th. We may
There you
have
go.
gremlins.
How's
That's
that?
true.
Oh, yeah. The coffee machine at Dolce went down this morning.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, you have no idea.
I thought when you said that, I thought, well, it was the one here at your workplace. And I thought, well, and then I realized, oh, no, it must not be.
It's a
The one at the
$17,000
coffee shop.
Yeah. Which is more of a bagel shop than a coffee shop. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
Because everybody
especially
comes
now.
Bagel in July. Now I have 2 espresso machines, so we can still do. We just can't do hot lattes because it takes like 3 years to heat the milk. So anyway, well, let's get into some geeks of the week. Who wants to go first?
Jay, do you want to go first?
No, I don't think I could break the tradition this late in the year.
okay.
Then who wants to go second?
I'll go first. I have 2 things.
Oh.
2 things.
I
2
did.
things.
Well, you didn't tell us that.
I've got 2
I
things.
changed my vote.
This is just a question. Do you know what 4 comic book characters have been continually published since they first debuted in the late 30s or maybe early 40s in one case?
I'd have to go Superman, Batman.
Okay.
Wonder Woman?
Those are those are 3 of the 4.
The Flash?
No.
It has to be a DC character.
No, it doesn't have to be a Disney character. It can be somebody else.
But is it
I
a
think
DC
that's a
character?
hint.
I think that's a hint.
Are you repeating
Captain
everything?
America.
Captain America, no.
Okay.
So who on the Marvel side would that be?
Spider-Man's not that old.
No, he's 60s, 62.
Yeah. I don't know. I give up.
Archie.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the Archies.
That's right. That really surprised me that Archie'd been around that. I mean, I knew he had been published at long, but there's never been a gap in his publishing history. Yeah, I mean, the ones you mentioned, Captain America, Flash, those folks, Flash and Green Lantern, and I can't remember who else, but those were discontinued and then brought back in the 60s in new form because you had the Flash with the Mercury helmet.
Yeah.
At first, you had Green Lantern with the cape and all this kind of stuff, and then those were kind of retconned in the 60s. And then Captain America was discontinued until it was brought back by Marvel as part of the Avengers when he was found in the block of ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but Archie's been around forever. Now, that's Geek 1. Geek 2, thing 2, is Dollar Tree is now going to be selling DC Comics. Be sold at Dollar Tree for $1.25.
Which is what everything at Dollar Tree is now, pretty much.
But I guess they don't call it $1.25 Tree.
Yeah, it's harder to say.
But anyway, so they're going to be. You'll be able to buy DC Comics there, and I'm curious to see what they're gonna present. You asked the question if it's a smaller, like the digest size, and they did mention something about there being smaller. That's something they're doing is the digest size, which is also something Archie does. You can go to the grocery store and you'll see those things, at the counter as you're leaving.
Well, I was thinking that, when you go to Dollar Tree, you see a lot of the same packaging of all your favorite things, but there's only 3 of them in there instead of 10.
Yeah.
And it's $1. Like, well, it's $1, but there's not much in it.
Yeah.
So I wondered if the content would be just a handful of pages.
They're only printing half the pages. You don't know how it ends. That's the only thing.
Or they're only printing half of them in color.
Yeah, that's right. So there you go. But I'll have to check that out. But we'll see.
So is it going to be a new series for Dollar Tree?
No, they did that for Walmart years ago. They actually published a tabloid-sized.
It was called Sam's Avengers.
Sam's, that's right. Bargain Hunters.
No.
Rollback.
Yeah, rollback.
Rollback man.
Wow.
Anyway.
They did that at Walmart.
They did it at Walmart for a while. It lasted maybe a year. It didn't really do all that well, but we'll see.
So are these brand new, or are these going to be reprints?
I think they're just whatever's currently going on. They may be like a couple of months back. I wonder if they won't do what they're doing with like the digital version, the DC Universe stuff that I still subscribe to.
Moment of silence for.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be released maybe like a couple months later or whatever. So we'll see. Because it does seem like they would not want them to cannibalize the sales if they're the exact same comic.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about a wider distribution.
Yeah, and you're also talking about an industry that probably needs some support and bring in some new blood.
The first time I got comics was from the convenience store up the street.
Oh yeah, that's why I used to buy mine in the grocery store all the time.
Yeah. Back in the day.
We didn't have comic book stores.
No.
Near us.
We didn't have stores.
Well, we had comics.
Yeah.
Down in the
Henny Youngman, George
store.
Jesser.
Yeah. The general store. So that's going to be interesting. When's it supposed to start? Did it say?
Hang on a second.
On January 25th, 125.
Yeah, that's it.
Ta-dum-ching.
125.25?
It doesn't say. Oh, they are now being sold for one. This says 120 at Dollar Tree. I think it was a typo because they're 125.
Well, you guys,
Between
Stocking
this and
stuffers in somebody's future.
you passed a Dollar Tree on your way here, Jay.
Did I?
Did you come up North Jackson Street?
I did.
Then you did.
Yeah, so I did.
Corner of 182 North Jackson.
And it is Dollar
That's that
Tree,
combo.
not Dollar General.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because Dollar Tree actually bought, Family Dollar actually bought Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Because you used to see Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, and you think, why wouldn't it just Family Dollar Tree? But anyway.
Because it's not.
It's not.
So actually, when Family Dollar bought Dollar Tree, they either equaled or slightly surpassed for about 20 minutes Dollar General.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Dollar General, the battle to find a plot of land between Family Dollar and Dollar Tree Family Dollar and Dollar General to claim where we're going to put a new store is pretty hilarious.
Yeah. My theory is that the Dollar Generals and the people who put up urgent care clinics are racing to see who can have the most.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Start counting them. I mean, but they're all busy, so
land
all
barons.
more power to them.
Yeah.
Do you guys find yourself going to a Dollar General instead of a Walmart?
I don't usually. Every now and then I
depends.
will. But more often than not, I still go to Walmart.
I mean, we have 2 Dollar Generals within a 5-minute drive of our house or less. So if I have something I need to get quick, I'll most definitely go there.
I have a Dollar General within a 5-minute walk of my house.
Sure
Oh, you sure do.
And 30-second walk of my office.
Right where we are sitting.
Yeah. Now, when I was working here, I'd run over there all the time. But
he was panhandling out there.
that's right.
Well, some of the Dollar
needed more
Generals
money.
are big now. Like in Belmont, where my grandparents lived, it's a big one. It used to be a Walmart market, and so they just put the Dollar General that's got gas.
Wow.
And
So it was a
groceries
Walmart market that died?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and
that never happened.
It's a ginormous Dollar General now.
That never happens.
I know, you don't see that usually.
Not usually, no.
It's kind of like Mexican restaurants taking over old Pizza Huts.
Mm-hmm. If an urgent care doesn't get to those first. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so that's your geek, Jay.
I have one. Yes.
What is it?
It's Doritos.
Doritos?
Yes. They're
now coming out with a nacho cheese flavor.
Right. I'm not a huge Doritos eater. What about y'all?
That's my very favorite.
Mine too.
chip.
I love Dorito nacho cheese.
I have eaten an entire family-sized bag in one sitting
Me
before.
too.
I prefer regular tortilla chips.
Yes. Wonder Doritos power activates. Form
I like
of a
'em.
sloth.
Yeah, I just don't seek them out. But
I think about.
I came across this. We had a bag at work the other day that was slightly out of date, and we had written
It
off,
doesn't-
and so
it doesn't
I ate
matter.
it, and it was great. I mean, I like them, but I just don't go.
Doritos with ice cold Coke.
Best. Yeah.
That is,
That
I
actually
mean,
sounds
like,
pretty good.
yeah. And then what's even better is you take Doritos and you put salsa on top and then shredded cheese and microwave it for about 45 seconds.
That's how they make a little nacho.
Yeah, poor man nachos.
Yeah.
Oh.
We do those with regular ones more so than Doritos, but with Doritos they're great too.
Yeah. And then if you get some ranch, Cool Ranch scattered in there.
I know it.
Well, let's talk about the not poor man's nachos, because that's what we're going to talk about today. Are you familiar? And I wasn't familiar with it, but there is a my app is not working here.
Well, I'm just thinking, if you haven't gotten us Christmas present yet, Jay,
Doritos?
back to Doritos, and we'd be happy you go to Dollar General right away.
So the Crypto.com arena in LA, which I think is where the Lakers play, the Sparks maybe is the WNBA, and the Kings. So there's a big arena.
Okay.
They have opened up, or Doritos or PepsiCo has opened up Doritos After Dark, which is a sit-down restaurant.
Okay.
And everything in there is Doritos related. So here's some of the restaurant menu items. Doritos Spicy Sweet Chili Chicken Bites.
Okay.
Most of these are just things rolled in Dorito crumbs, basically. So this
Ain't
is
nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. Doritos Flamin' Hot Nacho Veggie Dumplings. Nacho Cheese Messy Taquitos. And basically, I read the recipe on that one. That's just kind of rolled in a crunchy thing. Nacho cheese, Texas style loaded nachos. It's got brisket, and then there's a spicy sweet chili ramen rito. So it's like ramen and chicken inside a wrap. And
Where is this? In Las Vegas?
in
or-
Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's where the Lakers play.
So
Used to be
anytime-
the Forum.
Yeah, anytime the arena is open for an event, you can go there, but you can't go at other times.
Okay.
They had like a pop-up last month for people to try, but otherwise it's just got to be an event and you got to have a ticket. So Cool Ranch loaded pita, hot flaming hot Cool Ranch Cali roll. So it's like a sushi roll rolled in Doritos. The dessert, here we go. Okay, so there's a Crunchtastic, nacho cheese Crunchtastic vanilla cone. It's got a cone of ice cream. I think it's chocolate coated and then rolled in nacho cheese Doritos.
No.
That I don't
How
know.
about that?
So how about the Flamin' Hot Limon Churros?
Might be
That
okay.
sweet spicy maybe. And then there's some drinks, the nacho cheese michelada, the Flamin' Hot Lemon Late Night Rita, which has Flamin' Hot crumbs around the rim of the glass.
Okay.
And then the Flamin' Hot Lemon Mango Chamoyada, which
We don't use it.
that one
language.
might be all right.
Reed.
But anyway, when I started looking into this, I kind of went down a little rabbit hole. So I'm just going to give you two brief extra Dorito news. Last year, because this was like in a Food and Wine article, and it said, oh, and by the way, Doritos is having a big year. Here's why. So last year, about this time, a guy, I believe in Europe somewhere, Empirical Spirits, came up with a Dorito liquor.
That sounds disgusting.
Well, the way he described it was like on the sniff test, you kind of got the cheese dust flavor. When you drank it, you got more of the corn flavor, and then it was kind of dry at the end, like you'd been eating chips. So he said when he gave it to people without telling them what it was, they really liked it. I think if you knew what you were getting, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm not so sure about this."
Yeah,
but it was kind of a one-off, short-term collaboration. And then maybe in August this year, whenever SpaceX went somewhere in space, Doritos came up with a Cool Ranch Minis zero gravity version. I couldn't figure out how what they did different aside from making it so that crumbs didn't fly all over the spacecraft. But Doritos Cool Ranch Minis went to space. Yeah.
Wow.
So Doritos having a big year. And that is my geek.
Well, I'm going to have to buy a bag.
I'm hungry already.
Just to celebrate Doritos.
You know what's really good is if you get like ground beef rotel and use Doritos.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's really good.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not a Doritos believer.
Well, the
He
thing
could
is,
be, though.
was like I said, I was 2 days ago. I would have said, no, I'm not interested. But then I ate a bag and I was like, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, they're better than pretty good.
So with the things that you have described, I can definitely see myself.
He didn't
enjoying
drink a few years ago, so it's we'll get him on board.
Get him on board, Doritos.
This time next year,
I'm a Dorito. I'm a Doritotaler.
Does that make us Dorito-olics?
Dorito-olics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's a DD? Designated Dorito driver? Never mind.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, went too far down that rabbit hole. Well, I've got a couple of geeks. So, have either one of you guys seen Kraven the Hunter?
Has it
movie yet?
released yet?
Yeah, it's out. It's in theaters now.
Yeah.
But it just released, didn't it?
I think
I have
maybe
not.
last weekend or this is the first weekend. I just noticed it was on the theater.
What's interesting about Kraven the Hunter is there is no post-credits scene at all.
Wow.
And folks are speculating this is the end of the Spider-Man-less Spideyverse that Sony was trying to launch a few years ago.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be the last thing, right? Or maybe is there a Venom movie that
there's a Venom 3, but that's out already,
okay,
right?
so this is the last one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
So
had
there's nothing to tease.
yeah. That's right. So
it's supposed to be a bigger flop than Madam Web.
I read that headline, but it looks good to me. I mean,
I
the
thought it
previews.
looked good, but it's definitely going to be something I see when it comes to whatever streaming service gets those things. Is that Stars or
who knows?
Because it didn't go to Disney.
No, it won't go to Disney.
I think it goes to Stars.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I haven't seen Stars in years. So.
Yeah. Well, we've got it again because Outlander, I think is, and I think Becky's forgotten that that's what isn't that what it's on?
I think so.
Stars
Are you,
on Outlander?
you're an Outlander household, aren't you?
Not a household. There's an Outlander viewer in our household.
I thought you watched it with me.
I watched a few episodes. I didn't care for it. Yeah.
Boy, who do I know? Oh, Chris and Denise Cosper, which neither one will listen to this podcast. They did an Outlander cruise with.
Oh my gosh!
There was who wrote there. It's based on a book, right?
Yeah.
And so the author had a. Anyway, she was on the cruise and whatnot. Yeah. So I've never seen one episode of Outlander. Have you, Jay?
I think I watched part of the first episode once. Just
once.
I'm not sure I got all the way through it though.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Are you watching Silo? Art?
No, we haven't watched Stars. Forget about that. We need to re-up Apple.
Yeah.
And watch that because there's like 5 episodes that have come out, right?
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Fifth drop last night. This morning.
Yeah. So we talked about that last weekend and didn't do it. So I think we'll start that back up. We're watching Skeleton Crew. Love Skeleton Crew.
In Skeleton Crew,
really
right?
is good. Yeah, it really is good.
Have you watched?
I haven't started that. I'm one episode from finishing Agatha all along. I'm almost caught up to Halloween.
Yeah. Skeleton Crew it's like the Goonies in Star Wars.
It really is. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I'll watch it.
It's a lot of fun. It's
Maybe when Jacob's here for Christmas, we'll
very
binge it.
Spielberg-esque.
It does feel like that.
Yeah. So the mystery of At-Aden.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I saw a thing that all the different characters are kind of references to pirates from different literature or movies and things like the SM, what's the 8 or whatever. The robot, the one-eyed robot is supposed to be Smee from Peter Pan, Captain Hook's first mate. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It harkens back to old Republic, High Republic things from the extended universe. So, but Jude Law's great in it.
Yeah, and it's neat to me, and I'm sure we'll do a deep dive on it, but to see kind of normal neighborhoods, instead of after we've seen, desert planets and all this other stuff, but just normal, schools and neighborhoods and things.
But they have to be hidden under a shield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you're going, gosh, you don't see that. You don't see yards in Star Wars.
No, you don't. So, well, Kraven not having anything signifying the end of moment of silence. All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
The other thing that's pretty interesting is that you can now watch the extended version of the Muppet Christmas Carol on Disney Plus.
I didn't know there was an extended version.
They cut one song out of it.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, and but the only way you can get to it is go to the Muppet Christmas Carol on Disney Plus and go to the extras, and they have the extended version. And if you stop it, it doesn't pause and remember where you were. You've got to remember. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of funky.
Because it's an extra thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They figured extras, you're just going to watch like that and be done. So
but is it the extra song or is it the whole thing?
It's the whole thing.
Okay.
It's a whole, I guess that was the theatrical cut.
I don't know. I don't know if they just maybe cut it for the theater or what, but
the story I read
seems like it would be.
Well, the story I read said that they found a reel that had the song.
Oh, okay.
Recently, and they were able to go in and scan it, put it into 4K, and drop it in. So, I have not seen a Muppet Christmas Carol or the Muppet Christmas Carol for years.
It's been a long time since I've seen it too.
But it was kind of fun when I remember it. So,
you've probably seen this meme too that the reason it works so well is because Michael Caine played it totally straight.
Yeah.
Just like these were regular actors he was acting with and not Muppets.
Michael Caine is Scrooge
Michael
anyway.
Caine.
Yeah. That's a pretty good Michael Caine person.
Thanks. I could never do it again.
All right. So that's our geek.
You're waiting for me to try.
Yeah.
Michael Caine. See? Didn't hit
That's like, sounds like you're singing in Men at Work. Laying Down Under.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Do you have something prepared?
Yeah.
All right. Now it's time for...
Jay's Regrettable Segment. Gosh, I completely forgot. Jay's Regrettable Segment today brought to you by streaming service Disney Plus. Yes, Disney Plus, the home of Michael Caine. I can't do it again. I can never do it the second time. Now here's Jay with something regrettable.
All right, so this week's entry is Mr. Muscles. Any familiar with Mr. Muscles?
No.
There's probably a reason for it. All right, so this is created by Jerry Siegel. Here's the fun part. It debuted in Mr. Muscles number 22, Charlton Comics, 1956. So apparently Charlton Comics had the Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
They canceled the Blue Beetle and started in with Mr. Muscles, but didn't change the numbering of the comics.
That's interesting.
So he was just the next comic, but it was a totally different character. So little fun trivia there. So Mr. Muscles is of course a former weakling. You know, if you're picturing the back of the comics where there's the weakling and the muscle guy, he was a weakling. And here's the thing: he was suffering from advanced polio, then just decided to get better. He dedicated himself to recovering.
Wait, then he just decided to get better?
There was no radiation. There was no spiders, no aliens involved. He just said, I'm going to get better. And after months of struggle, he recovers. He moves his fingers. He can sit down, all the things. And, he's told he'd never walk again, but he walks out of the hospital, says, I'm going to be perfect. And he becomes that. He's got a costume. He's an alter ego, but it's not he's trying to hide. He's not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
And he does fight crime. He's got some enemies. Jake Armbuster, the redheaded abominable snowman. Carnies. Among his foes are carnies, it says.
Of course.
Rough people.
Yep.
Yeah.
A mad zookeeper who tried to kill him by using a tiger. But basically, he was just an advocate for physical fitness. He had one appearance by Miss Muscles, and
say it's his sidekick Olivia Newton-John.
And Kid Muscle shows up, but he only lasted 2 issues. So
Kid Muscles.
Yeah. But it's just
So
weird.
how long did Mr. Muscles last? How long was that run?
You said two issues.
2 issues.
Oh, I
It
thought Kid Muscles was only 2 issues.
No, Mr. Muscle was only 2.
Oh.
Mr. Muscle was 1.
So that
it doesn't say how many, if Kid Muscle showed up in both or not.
yeah, I was thinking, okay, Kid Muscles just had a 2-episode run, but no, the entire run of
the
Mr.
entire
Muscles,
run of Mr. Muscles
was 2
was
issues.
two issues. I keep saying episodes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Wow.
I think regrettable here. Not much of a
Oh, yeah.
superhero.
Definitely
Regrettable, forgettable,
I mean, the story even is
uninspired.
I mean, I
Can it
would
be
call him
more
Mr.
ridiculous?
Willpower instead of Mr. Muscles. I
Right.
mean, you know, if he willed himself well. From,
Now, the fun trick the party trick he had was he said he could do a reverse crab, which I guess, is that where you like, oops, messing up I'm trying, no more reverse crabs while wearing headphones.
Or ever.
Right. So I can't even imagine doing it, but it's like, I think it's when you're basically on your,
Is a reverse crab imitation crab? Meat?
maybe.
we all
think
had a
it's like-
joke we decided not to say.
Yeah. But I think it's like if you have your hands behind you and your feet and you're facing up, like, but like a crab would be if you're on hands and feet
Okay.
facing down.
If we only had cameras.
Yeah,
now.
if we only had cameras.
If
But
we
he would
only
have
had
people
cameras,
jump off a ladder
we would be apologizing
onto
to
his
Miss Reed more
stomach,
often.
and then he would catapult them back up.
Okay.
That was his trick.
And that couldn't
the
make it more than
superpower.
2 issues?
Can
Wow.
you believe it?
imagine? I can't
I
imagine.
can't imagine it made more than 2
I can't.
panels.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
I mean, the
I
whole-
wonder if they had some kind of obligation to finish out the run, and maybe they lost the rights because there was a lot of stuff with the Charlton Heroes where the rights, DC bought some rights up or whatever.
Oh, that may be. It wasn't mentioned, but that certainly makes
Yeah.
more sense.
So
Kind of like artists who don't want to fulfill their label contract, and so
Yeah.
you end up with the greatest hits plus one extra
yes,
tune that you never heard of
a
before.
live album may come out or something. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm going
Mr.
regrettable
Muscles.
on
Yeah,
this.
definitely regrettable.
oh yeah, beyond regrettable. So
Ooh, that's a new category.
New category.
all right, we're going to take a small break. We're going to talk Christmas traditions up next. And we're back. As I alluded to before, if I can do math correctly, this should be dropping right before Christmas. So I asked the guys here about some of their Christmas traditions, what they do for like a Christmas Day meal. So let's start with that. What is your go-to main for a Christmas Day meal? Obviously, turkey is the Thanksgiving holiday. What do you guys do for?
We still do turkey or ham, and a lot of times it's kind of a repeat of the Thanksgiving stuff.
It's not leftovers from Thanksgiving.
No, it's not leftovers, but a lot of times it'll be a very similar thing. They may not be dressing, but there'll be turkey or ham and some of the same casseroles and things that we've had before. We have tried to mix it up lately by doing, I think when we talked about this before a few years ago, Becky had just done like a prime rib, and that was a nice change, good thing like that. Now, growing up, we always had brunch and the sausage, egg, casserole, thing, and I loved that. I love the lunch too, and sometimes we had to do both because you'd go to brunch at my family, then we'd go over to Becky's family and have lunch, and it was like, wow, this is a lot of food in 3 hours. But yeah, I think ours is mostly traditional. I'm not sure what we're doing this year.
So what do you do? Cranberry sauce? Do you do dressing?
It's not, like I said, I don't think the cranberry sauce and the dressing are there from the Thanksgiving stuff. Yeah. But I do think you have either turkey or ham, probably ham more often than not, and then things like green bean casserole, a corn casserole, maybe a broccoli. There's a lot of casseroles, broccoli kind of thing or whatever. So you have that almost everything but the dressing and the cranberry sauce, and may or may not have turkey. I think we do normally have some turkey with it.
So if you guys are in control of Christmas Day, ideally, when are you eating the meal, and what is your main going to be?
If
you're not having to go to relatives to get stuffed with their food.
Well, we never have that. That's not a situation we have. If we're in control of it, it means we're cooking for the relatives.
Okay.
And that's when Becky did the prime rib.
Gotcha.
And we eat it at noon. Noon or 12:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 3 if somebody comes in late.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing is 2 large meals, 1 brunch, and then 1 kind of Thanksgiving light around
Yeah,
noonish.
and we don't do the brunch anymore. But
Okay.
but so basically what we do is we wake up, do the gifts and stuff. Becky will sometimes make cinnamon rolls.
I was going to ask if there like we'll
Yeah.
do crumb cake and hot chocolate or coffee or something.
She may have gotten a coffee cake or something like that, but a lot of times it's just those Pillsbury cinnamon rolls that you make. She'll do those, have some bacon. we'll have that while we're opening our gifts, and then later that day, we'll go over and have people over and have that stuff.
Do you do anything like a mimosa or mulled wine or any alcohol component for a Christmas Day celebration?
That's become part of it, and so like
to help you get through with the relatives.
No, I mean it's just like it's funny because it's like all of a sudden, Becky's family said, "Hey, we would like to have some wine," and we're like, "Okay." And we've done some mulled wine before with that. Sometime more often than not, it's something like a mimosa. Yeah. But we have done the mulled wine before.
It's kind of interesting how alcohol consumption, I think, has become much more mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that Jay's on board.
I wasn't going to say that.
Trend-setting Jay Reed.
But I think it's escaped the bar and the hide when you go into the liquor store into something a lot more mainstream.
Well, and I think also it's become something that's more of a festive or an occasion thing as opposed to sitting there and just knocking back straight scotch after work.
Are you saying our quality of life has improved?
Or maybe we feel like it has anyway. So.
Yeah.
Now, Christmas Eve, I'll just say this while I have the floor real quick. We do spaghetti. We always have, my mom used to have it. Now we have it, spaghetti and a salad. And then she makes this eggnog with, and I know we'll talk about eggnog in a second, but she makes it with ice cream and eggnog in a big pitcher.
Okay.
And it's like heart-stoppingly thick, but it's really good. Yeah. So you don't need dessert afterwards, but we have it anyway.
There you go.
Of course you do. Now, Jay, what does a Christmas Day in the Reed household look like? Well, I know there's no alcohol involved.
Yeah, if for sure, but it depends on kind of where we are. If with my family, and we've talked about this before,
you said
so I
that
won't
like
belabor
Brian
it.
Kelly. My family.
It's in the transfer portal.
Oh gosh!
Yikes.
We do fried chicken. That's our main.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's that came from one Christmas when I got sick. We were supposed to go to my grandparents, couldn't go, and a chicken was the only thing my father could find. In the one Junior Food Mart, which doesn't even exist. Used to be down the street from here, and we can't remember whether he found fried chicken already cooked or if he bought a frozen chicken that we had to thaw and then mama fried, but I think that's the story. So we have that. We have green bean roll-ups, corn casserole, a lot of the same stuff that we have at Thanksgiving, but like I said, without the dressing, without the cranberry usually. But we don't have those things much outside unless we're going to a dinner that we take stuff. We don't just do that kind of stuff on a routine basis at home. So it is kind of special. But fried chicken, if we're with Melissa's family, we're usually in a condo in Gatlinburg, and so it's just kind of everybody makes what they like.
Yeah.
But I know growing up, my mom wanted to make like whatever everybody wanted.
Yeah.
So some Christmases we would have rice and mashed potatoes for the gravy. We would have maybe biscuits and rolls.
Rusty wanted rice.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah. And he probably wanted rolls.
I can't. I'm not sure. We did the biscuits later. The rolls were the earlier thing, but then we'd have, of course, the gravy, and now we're talking about like the sawmill white gravy that you do with fried chicken. And Mom would fry the chicken, and I'm trying to think what else we got in. The green bean roll-ups and the corn casserole came later. So as you can see, heavy on the carbs.
Yeah.
My dad likes his asparagus casserole, so she would make that.
Yeah,
for
we
him,
had that.
which I still do not enjoy, but he does. So we'll have that every now and then, but it's not a certain time. Like if we wake up at my house, we're very slow with Christmas gifts. We'll do that first, but we'll do like stockings, which takes forever because we're big stocking people, and then we'll take a break and eat breakfast, and that might be a casserole, it might be cinnamon rolls. There's no tradition there. We'll just that's our break, and then we'll go back and do the gifts, and then we'll figure out lunch. We don't have usually a set time. It's just whenever we get done and start cooking.
Again, I wish we had cameras because
mid-afternoon.
Jay's got a lovely pair of fishnet stockings on right now.
Yet another reason
And a
we don't
lampshade
have
on my
cameras.
head. Yeah.
We don't have cameras because of Jay's legs.
So there's not time-wise. There's no set routine.
Yeah,
but we've done it now so that we have a breakfast break, and then we have lunch after.
And so we feel like we're going.
Later.
Not so much now, but we always feel like we're like get up, hurry to go through the presents, and then get ready to go somewhere else. But again, now that their kids are older, that's an easier thing.
Yeah.
We made a decision a few years back, I guess when the boys were still relatively young. And both sets of parents, we had moved to Starkville, which gave us, an advantage.
Yeah.
We said, we're doing Christmas morning at our house with our kids.
Yeah, my brother did that too.
You know, and you guys are welcome to come over when the boys open presents, and we would do a crumb cake or something like that. But we kind of made that pivot fairly early on.
Yeah, we had to do that with ours too, and it was like, because the thing used to be, we would get up and then we'd be heading over to brunch at somebody's house, by 9:00. Well, that, the kids had barely even opened their gifts, let alone play with anything.
Yeah.
So we did the same thing and said, "Oh, we'll be somewhere at lunch by lunchtime."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we used to be super early, and like this Christmas, it'll be me and Melissa and my parents on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And so I expect we'll sleep a little later.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, I'm the first one up, and after a while, I go, somebody's got to get up because I'm not just going to sit here and wait for everybody to, 9:00 for people to get going.
Yeah. We did that, and then having our kids open, and then a breakfast, and then we'll have grandparents come over. We do a beef product for.
I remember you talking about that before.
So primarily we do steaks. Now we've done a rib roast. At one point, Mark did a beef Wellington to prove that he could. Thank you, Gordon Ramsay. And that was really good. And sometimes we'll do a heavy Christmas Eve after we get from church, and then we'll do steaks also on Christmas Day.
Okay.
I like the sound of that. I like that idea.
Yeah. And so we'll do a Christmas Eve service at church, then come eat. We would do our stockings traditionally on Christmas Eve. Okay. We did our stockings this Wednesday night because Crystal is flying out to our Sunday. So we did our stockings with the five of us. And then we may open a present on Christmas Eve. And then, we'll invite grandparents over Christmas morning for presents and like a brunchish sort of thing. Or we may say, hey, why don't you guys come over for lunch? We have Christmas morning to ourselves, and go from there. So, but
see, this year we're very different this year because we're going to New Orleans to see Melissa's family like the weekend before Christmas, and then we'll be back for Christmas with my folks, and then Jacob and Lindsay come a few days later. Lauren and Charlie, my daughter and son-in-law, are not coming until like the second week of January. So we'll have like 5 Christmases.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah. We're only doing one. We'll do Christmas Eve, family after church, and then we may watch a movie or something. Did anybody see Red One, by the way?
I saw it last year, which kind of boggled me that it's in theaters now because I saw it last year.
With The Rock and
yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I thought it just
came out.
I saw it last year.
Really?
Which it really surprised me.
Chris,
I even did a Geek of the Week
Evans?
on it last year.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah. And The Rock and the farmer's insurance guy.
Yeah.
It released theatrically in the U.S. November 15th of this year.
Theatrically, but it was on some streaming last year because I've seen it.
Wow.
I remember you doing the Geek, but I don't.
Well, it was a year ago. I mean, I didn't do it this year.
You
can continue to question me if you like, but I saw it last year.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't because it just dropped on Prime yesterday.
Oh,
Amazon
so it's
Prime.
streaming now?
Yeah, it's streaming now. So it did a theatrical release back in November.
Do you have to pay to watch it?
No, it's Amazon. It's an Amazon produced. It's an MGM Amazon produced
because it did not do well.
No, it didn't.
Either last year or this year.
Jay's
the only one that saw it last year.
That may be the problem.
Yeah,
so are you tight with one of these guys and you got to go?
I don't know.
I don't know that we're talking about the same thing.
We are talking exactly about the same thing. Yes.
Chris Evans, Dwayne Johnson.
When it came
Were
out,
there big snowmen in it?
Yeah,
that he fought?
Yeah, on the beach. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Jay, it just released.
It just released theatrically, but it was streamed last year.
No, it just dropped. I would love for you to prove me wrong.
Okay, well,
because
I saw it. I'm just telling you, I saw it.
I'm looking at
because when it came out, when it was advertised this year, and they said it was in the theaters, I was like, why is it in the theaters? Because I've already seen it on streaming.
Okay, maybe this is a Bernstein's Bear effect. Maybe this is an alternate Jay from a different universe that is taken. We found what's happened. This is it. This is an alternate Jay. He got rid of the other Jay who didn't drink. What else have you done?
And was solely in the
Doritos.
Yeah.
Doritos after dark.
Ooh, sorry, Mrs. Reed.
Insert your own joke there.
I mean, it's a 2024 American Christmas fantasy. It did not release in 2023.
It was originally scheduled to released on Prime Video Christmas 2023. The release was delayed from December 2023 until November 15th due to the SAG-AFTRA strike.
Well, I remember you doing a geek about it because I was really interested in it. But I don't know.
The only thing that I can think of is maybe I'm just remembering all the credits. All the
maybe the best part of the movie was in the preview, and there's.
But I remember just a lot of detail about it that I don't think could have been in.
You did an in-depth geek. I do remember that part.
Well, I guess I'll just have to watch it again and see if I recognize it.
Please, yeah, that'd be good.
Alternate Jay is trying to cover up.
I thought at first we were there when it said it was supposed to come out. Maybe it came out on Prime for like a week or two before, they said, no, let's put it back. But the film was a box office bomb.
How far back does the Prime watching history go?
I think I've got stuff that pops up. Yeah. Do you want to watch this again from 4 years ago? So you can go back and look.
You never finished so and so. That's because I didn't like it. Take it off my list. If I stopped in the first 5 minutes, it probably went, no, this is not for me.
Oh, I don't find myself watching Prime much at all.
No. I will. It depends. Like around Halloween, they had a bunch of monster movies and old horror movies on there, and I watched a lot of it. But more often than not, I'm not on Prime.
All right, let's go back. Eggnog, yes or no?
Eggnog, yes.
Yes.
With or without alcohol?
Without.
Prefer without, but I've tried. I haven't figured out what is supposed to go. Really?
Fireball.
Now, that'd probably be better than rum. Isn't what people put in it?
I don't know, but
I asked somebody one time. They told me brandy, and
brandy maybe. Yeah.
And I wasn't
You're
a fan.
Fine girl. You're a fine girl.
We can never stop him singing on this show. He's the first one to see Wicked. And
he doesn't like musicals, but he wants to be in one.
But Firecracker is great.
Okay.
Or Fireball.
I mean Fireball.
Oh,
you put a firecracker in it can explode, you know. But Fireball whiskey in eggnog is.
I can see the cinnamon.
The cinnamon
kind of blend.
Yeah, I can see that working.
I may have to bring some eggnog and Fireball as we do our Christmas party in a few days.
Okay.
Well, you probably have Fireball.
But yeah, we normally have it. Like I said, it's got ice cream.
I was pointing at Art when I said that, not James Street.
That's right.
Glad we don't have cameras.
That's right.
Well, she just learned that you're wearing fishnet stockings for some reason. So
it's cold today.
Oh man! All right, so we like eggnog.
Yeah,
and
I didn't used to, and now I don't know.
Well, it's got coconut milk
because
in it.
We had Barber's was the best eggnog. I think it has disappeared.
Yes.
So Promised Land is my cousin Davey has decided that's the successor to Barber's. I've tried it; it's good.
Best chocolate milk out there is Promised Land chocolate milk.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I have had that, and I bought some last night from a local dairy.
Put Fireball in it,
but I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah,
but Barber's.
But I tell you, a little eggnog goes a long way. You know,
we will get one bottle, and it will last us. The 2-pint whatever,
right? Not a gallon or
anything. Basically a quarter gallon.
Yeah,
and we'll usually throw some away.
Oh no.
So, from the guy who used to not drink it.
It's an acquired taste, and I definitely acquired it. And I'll drink a little glass, but then a lot of times I go back and get another little glass.
That just. Yeah.
So let me tell you what I like. I like using eggnog, put it in my coffee as a creamer.
Yeah, I've done that too.
That's good. That's really good.
We could have done an eggnog episode.
We still could.
Yeah, we still are. Jay will think I invented eggnog the next time we bring it up. I saw a documentary about it, you know.
That's right.
So, all right. So that kind of rounds up. Any other Christmas things? Do you guys open a present on Christmas Eve?
We used to open a present on Christmas Eve, and lately we've started opening all the presents on Christmas Eve. And that was because
You're going to be somewhere at 9?
No, because everybody wanted to sleep in.
Yeah.
So they said, let's just sleep in. You know, we come home from the Christmas Eve thing at my mom's, or, you know, after everybody left our house for Christmas Eve, and they'd say, we're up, let's just go ahead. We'd put, you know, some movies on and kind of have them in the background and do that, or our music on in the background.
Yeah. Our kids convinced us that we needed to do that after a while when they were still at home, but we don't much do that.
Yeah, we do presents on Christmas morning. Do you guys do the thing where everybody opens a present and everybody watches the person?
Yeah,
Yes, I
do that.
demand that.
You demand that?
I demand that. And I saw a funny
Y'all do
meme
it?
today where it's like the
Not
kid
really.
the person who comes from that family marries into the family
saw
where
that
everybody
too, yeah.
opens it up, and it's like I had Kevin from Home Alone on there.
I mean, we
do that, though.
we're like,
Just the mass or the individual?
No, the individual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
because I
around.
want to see reactions. I want to see.
I want to get to the gear.
And when my mother gave presents, you know, a lot of times she would give the same thing to everybody. Like I remember everybody got a state sweatshirt one year when the state won the golden egg, the Egg Bowl. And so
you got that one too?
I didn't get that one. All the grandkids did this before anybody had gone to college.
Before anybody declared allegiances.
Yeah, that's right. So so she gave that, you know, to them. So she wanted them all to open at one time.
So,
But
yeah.
ordinarily,
We'll do that a couple times.
Ordinarily, you're doing, you know, around.
Yeah, and see, it'll be weird this year because I try to, you know, coordinate things because everybody's together. Well, this year we're not going to be together at all. So,
And I don't know what
those
we'll do
duplicate gifts won't matter.
because Drew won't be with us on Christmas, and so we'll go out and have Christmas with him. I don't know if he won't have a tree or anything. I don't know if we'll do anything where he unwraps presents or he just does it. Maybe we'll do FaceTime or something. That's what we could do. Of course,
Or-
he's 2 hours different, so
Yeah. So you guys are flying out to see him?
yeah, we're flying out 2 days after Christmas.
Cool.
We need your travel schedule so we can plan when not to
not to
travel.
go? That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no
'Cause
kidding, because that does seem to.
Bad things happen when Art leaves the
That's
state.
right.
So, all right. Well, that wraps up our holiday extravaganza. So I think maybe next week, well, we won't record after Christmas, so we don't know who's gotten what. Who knows? We'll figure something out. But you guys have a great holiday. We'll see you next time around.